People have been asking me online, did I know this terrible situation with a very young boy who really found fame, quite a few years back now, but sadly passed away at the very, very young age of 31, Liam Payne. Now, you may, of course, not know him individually, but you may have heard all about his international pop band, One Direction. And a lot of people ask me, Neil, did you know him? Because obviously, I've met and interviewed quite a lot of these celebrities during my, some might say, long career. And it's true, yes, I did meet One Direction and met most of them, on the way up and all that sort of stuff. And, really, I wanted to share this with you because a lot of people don't understand exactly the mechanics of the pop business. Now, as I say, we don't need to go into detail about what's happened. I think it's terribly sad, for him, for his family, for all those wonderful fans that it gave him so much enjoyment, and likewise for them. But I think the bigger picture is this. A lot of people attack the music business and they say, oh, it's difficult and it's hard, child stars, all of that sort of stuff. My perspective was this. I worked for quite a few major record labels in my time, and from everything from session singer to marketing to you name it, I've seen every aspect of how the music business works. And what I would say in defense of Liam is simply this, that he was a very young boy, 15, but he did want that, he did want to become successful, and he did want to have that international success. It went very quickly though, from nothing to 100%, and that is the pop business. I worked with many stars during my time that, 6 weeks before may have been working on the checkout of a supermarket. Suddenly they're on top of the pops. Suddenly their egos change, they hire people around them, leechers, money makers, managers, all of that sort of stuff. And that's really where the problem entails. What I can tell you and what I can share with you, is this. Obviously the story goes that Liam was about to be let go from his record label Universal Music. That's the home also of people like Taylor Swift. And as we've said before, she's riding high right now, but the minute she doesn't sell anything, Universal will drop her as well. There's two words in this, show and business. And the business is out bigger than the show each and every single time. On top of that, we read that sadly Liam was going to lose some of his management team too. And I would put it to you this. You see, when you've been from 15 years old, being told what to do, when to do it, and you're told you're an international star, when it starts to slip down, there lies your problem. Part of one of my roles in the record label that I worked for was to have to tell some of the artists that their contracts were terminated. Some took it well, some took it incredibly badly. Others kept ringing you up, telling you stories about what they were doing, if I could get them back in the press. It's very, very sad. I remember sitting with one incredible pop star at the age of 21, going to a television show, and we were literally, one of those Saturday morning children's shows, that sort of stuff. And he told me at the back of the car that he'd now become a millionaire. We were around about the same age at the time. And I remember thinking, where'd you go from here? I've got that to aspire to, if you like. Not that I have, but you know what I mean? But, you think that's what you'd all want to be. Everybody thinks, oh, I'll be a millionaire. This guy had become a millionaire by the age of 21. He went through a very dark period and now he's come back. The downside to this story is this. People are saying, oh, Liam was treated badly by the industry. Liam was this. Liam was an adult. He was 31 years old. He wasn't very well managed, some might say. And more importantly, well, he, for all of his years in the business, 15 now, perhaps he surrounded himself with the wrong people. The bigger sad story is the fact that clearly he had a loving family, sisters, mother and father, all that sort of stuff, but it clearly wasn't enough. He was left alone to, go off the rails, as it were. And when people talk about the pop industry and say, is it a hard business? You are famous in the pop world unless you are a megastar like, say, Madonna, Bruce Springsteen, Elvis, the Beatles. You're famous for a finite time. And when the industry tells you that they've grown up and they don't want to buy you anymore, that's your time to exit. The positives are, there's always the reunion tours, but you've got to get through the bit in between. Rest in peace, Liam Payne. Neil Sean in the very heart of Kensington.